You are listening to the Pencil and Paper Podcast Network. Visit pencilandpaperproductions.podbean.com to find more great podcasts.
Hello, siblings.
Hello.
Welcome to our first mini for 2021.
For 2021, yes.
Mm-hmm. And if you're new to the show and you don't know how we do this, so we've actually just really started this last year.
Last year, we're like you and I did like a mini pod, yeah.
And we did a few here and there. All these is just us BSing. I know we normally do that on the regular
You
pod.
get that a lot already.
But these are short BS moments.
Yeah.
Or we're just...
little less out of your day.
Yeah. Just, whatever we're thinking about, whatever we're talking about for the week.
Sometimes it's fun to break from the normal thing that we always talk about, you know, and
just see what's going on.
see what happens.
Yeah.
Where does it organically take us?
Because we're taking a break for a month,
Right.
So we don't want to be doing our usual job.
Yeah. I don't want to think about it. Now all you people will be calling me out on my news now, so I got to pay attention.
But fun fact, and if you don't follow us on Instagram, you might not know this already, but if you do, you probably already know, we're actually in the same room together.
I know, I can see you right there.
Yeah, you're right there. I could touch you right now if I wanted to.
I mean, he's still kind of far.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good
But we're
distance.
in the same house, at least.
So
same vicinity.
We're hanging out for a couple of days for our little break. Just enjoying
Taking a break by a lake.
Yeah,
I've already gotten sunburned.
See, we didn't get to see each other last year because of COVID.
Right, yeah.
So this is nice.
Our normal cons that we at least had one excuse a year to be able to get together. Because, as adults, you got to find reasons, I guess, to do those things instead of just getting to go do. But hopefully soon we'll get to do that again. Although this is kind of nice.
Oh, yeah.
Without the having to hurry up and hit all the things and then split up while you're at PAX anyway, so we can get as much as we can in there. And we've sat around.
Yeah. And had some pizza.
We did have pizza.
And beer.
And walked around the lake a little bit.
I walked a little farther than everybody else,
Yes.
and I regretted it.
I was a little bit more broken, but I made it further than before.
You did.
So, baby steps.
Yeah.
Progress.
You get there.
And I sat a lot.
But it's vacation.
It is
There's the sign
vacation.
in there. What did it say to do? If you're on the lake, because we're on the lake, by the way.
Well,
it's right there.
it's over. It's close.
We can see it.
We can walk very quickly.
But it said sit, read a book, sleep in, relax.
Which I've not done.
We haven't slept
The
in.
sleeping in has been an issue, but I think the hour difference, you think you're waking up at the same time, and in reality, it's like, well, in my reality, I love when we say that, this time zone doesn't count,
Right.
just because we're in it. That's not where I live, so that's not the time zone that matters. But but it was 5:30 in the morning, I don't know. It's only an hour. I feel like I should adjust better than that. But I feel like I'm waking up at the same exact time.
I feel like I'm waking up early because technically I'm waking up at 7, which is kind of when I wake up on a normal weekend, maybe sometimes. Just depends on how tired I am. But it's 6.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
No. And the fact that it's still bright at 9 p.m.
Yeah, that's weird. If you've never
How you all in the
seen...
Eastern time zone deal with it, you're probably just used to it. But 9 p.m., it's still pretty bright out, man.
Yeah, I'm not... It's messing with my head. It's dark at my house at 9 p.m.
Right.
Not around here.
No, it's been throwing me completely off. I just keep thinking it's way earlier than it is.
Yeah, time has no meaning here.
It really doesn't. I mean, I guess we haven't really worried about time. So, some of us maybe more than others.
Yeah.
You still had a time frame. I didn't, so time mattered not at all until September. But it's nice though.
It is. We actually thought we were going to come down here and it was going to rain the entire time. It's not rained a drop, maybe a sprinkle here
Right.
and there.
It threatened
And,
it, spitting at us
it was
the first
hey,
night.
We are going to rain, maybe, possibly.
Keep looming, just so
But-
you're not sure.
We're still thinking about it. Like right now, it's starting to get a little bit of an overcast. The sun was out this morning. It was very nice.
It was
nice
very
breeze.
nice. Yeah.
But maybe we'll see some rain. I think we'll see rain tomorrow.
You think it's tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
It rained on us the whole trip. It was gross.
See, we lucked out and we didn't get that.
It was apparently the entire Midwest just had one giant rainstorm the entire time, and it followed us. I was like, oh, we're moving in the direction of it, so that's good.
Yeah, you went west to east. We pretty much went south to north.
Yeah.
And it was just coming this direction. So we hadn't quite, but it looked like it wanted to rain too. So the entire time, as soon as this vacation started, it was like, we are thinking about raining on you.
Yeah. But we've lucked out so far.
Yes.
But I'm very, I don't know, I go with the flow. So I could sit around here and I'd be content, or outside I could be content, you know. But yeah, right there.
It's so good.
It's right there. Yeah, it's good to see you, man.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been so nice.
It really has.
So, one thing I wanted to talk about, since we talk about it in theory on the regular show, we're like, hey, everybody go out there and like and subscribe and leave comments if you want to. We've never really mentioned the comments we've had.
We constantly ask you to add us on Twitter, but none of you do that.
No.
So, well, no, that's not true. Dava.
Yeah.
Dave is very good about interacting with us on Twitter.
He won money.
He did.
Remember?
Because he paid attention to what was said.
We said, hey, if you can know a reference and call us out on Twitter, I'll pay you money. And by God, he did it.
And held up your end of the bargain, man. You're like, you know what?
Ching,
That's
ching.
fair. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I've done, and the reason we can do this is because we don't have a lot. But you know what? I'm okay with it. You know what? These are genuine comments from people who felt the desire, I guess that's the proper word, the desire to say, you know what? I like this podcast so much that I want to let you know we like your show. And that's what we want.
Right.
We love...
Which is a harder comment to get.
Yes. I mean, the follow thing... It's just not something we've ever
I'm
pushed
actually
for.
Still super impressed people are trying it.
Yeah.
I still see it out there, and I'm like, but why are we... Okay, I mean, you do you, I guess, but...
It's not something we advocate.
No.
Participate in rarely. And it's not that we dislike other podcasts or anything like that. And in all honesty, what I'm pulling from now are the Apple podcast comments.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know if we have any anywhere else, but this seems to be the go-to place to get
maybe
your
more
comments.
people, use Apple Pod. Yeah.
Could be, or maybe it's just the thing that actually gets a rise for your podcast. So if you've went this direction and you don't even have an Apple phone or an app or anything like that, it's a hassle. Because I
never tried.
Yeah, I had to download something on my computer just to even do that.
Okay.
And I felt compelled to do so because I was like, you know what, I want to comment on someone's podcast because I like it.
Yeah.
And there are easier ways to do it. There's a site I think I've mentioned on the show before called Podchaser, and someone did that. If I can dig that up, I'll do that because that was also nice.
Yeah.
But I think that was actually made by one of the people who did this one. So that was even cooler. They
Spread
took the
it out.
time, and did not just one, but two in two different spots.
Right.
And we appreciate it. We really do.
I feel like it's much harder for people to want to give a compliment. So I feel like that's very kind when they did decide to take their time out of their day to let us know that. And it's very appreciated. It's very kind.
Some of these people we don't know, but some we do. And we're going to give the proper shout out. So if you were the one who made this comment and we don't call you out, it's because we're not quite sure who you are.
But loved
all
nonetheless.
the same. Yes.
Just because we don't know. I mean, I would hope it would get to a point there would probably be people listening. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. There are more people probably listening this year than there were last year.
For sure.
And we appreciate all the love we've been getting here recently. It's humbling, to say the least, because we're very humble people. We don't get a lot of compliments.
And I don't take them well when they come out anyway. I'm like, and then you instantly want to be like, but this and this and this, but okay, thank you. It's like I need to just be like, thank you. That was nice. And take it.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to do this. I do want people to know we do appreciate it. And if we come off a little odd about it, it's just because...
We're just socially awkward people.
Yeah.
When it comes to niceties.
it's rare in our
I guess that's
world.
I wanted to not say that, but I guess,
But
maybe
think
you
about
think it is, yeah.
gamers as a whole. I mean, it's such a toxic
gamers
environment.
with the Z,
Gamers.
right? That's what I've heard, how we're making the difference between gamers and those gamers.
That is true.
Yeah.
I mean, the gaming community can be quite toxic if you've seen a lot of the stuff on Twitch.
I think we've been fairly blessed with that, though, that I don't think we've really had vitriol hate. I'm not saying this is an invitation.
No.
But, like, legit, I don't recall seeing a comment or hearing anything that hurt me to the core, where I was like, damn,
Yeah. Also, keep in mind the motorcycles, if you hear that.
Oh, yeah.
They're all
they
over
love
this
it
place.
here, and it's great. It's been fantastic weather. I see it. I understand.
I get it.
Yeah.
I'm just not, I don't understand.
You're not used to it.
Yeah.
I'm used to all sorts of street noise.
That's true.
I hear less than you do.
All right, so first comment,
Mm-hmm.
and these I'm with only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 8 ratings, but only 6 comments.
Though, that's fine.
That is
but,
fine, too.
I can't say I'm the one that wants to sit there and write everything down either, whether I'm happy or sad, to
Yeah.
be fair. I'm not even motivated when I'm angry to tell somebody off online. So it's just
It's like,
thumbs up or down, man. And I
Yeah.
participated and I moved on with my life.
I guess, and that I think that's more of the point here too. Is I wanted to recognize these wonderful people for taking the time
yeah.
who did this. So, whoever you are, and for those of you who we do know,
Right.
We love you all
too.
the-
We love
yeah.
you too.
so
Just because we're big now doesn't mean we can't recognize the ones we knew,
I don't know. So our first comment was in April 15th of 2018
Ooh.
from Yanks34.
Okay.
Now, he gave us a 4-star rating, which is fine.
Okay, yeah.
That's fine.
You know.
It says, I've always enjoyed this podcast. It never fails. Halfway through, I start talking with the host. Everyone should at least give these guys a try.
Oh, okay. Lovely.
And I appreciate
Thank you.
that. Yes.
Yeah.
And that would have been before your time.
Maybe. And then that's probably when they started getting scarce again, right?
Yeah, maybe. Well, if they'd have labeled them in the right order, this one would have been pre your time.
Okay.
Because this one's even older.
Does it have John in there? Was it John? I'm sorry, a long-lasted one that I don't. Well, before I even was.
It could have been a John.
thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because this would have been our first year. I'm almost positive.
Mm-hmm.
So, August 8th of 2017, The Future of Troyism.
Oh.
I mean, that's an amazing name.
Oh, that's the name. I
Yeah.
thought that was the comment for a minute. I was like, what were you talking about, guys? What's
don't know.
Troyism? but okay, the name, I gotcha.
Yeah, that's who that is.
Okay.
They gave us a 5-star review. Great show. This podcast is a must for gamers. Every episode is informative and entertaining. There's a great chemistry between the hosts, and I really enjoyed everyone's insight. Can't wait to listen to more.
Aw, very sweet.
Mm-hmm.
That was when there was the bros, though. But you guys were good, too.
Yeah, it's fine. We had to diversify.
Right?
We still got a ways to go on that too, if you think about it.
we still have work to do, yes.
It's fine. We'll get there.
We're working on it. Or are we? I don't know. We're content. 2 people. It's enough.
Fine.
You know.
I mean, if no one's complaining, it's fine.
And if they are.
If they are, then we'll get. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. We're probably digging ourselves in a hole that doesn't need to be dug.
Yeah, let's move on. March 19th, 2019. This is definitely within your wheelhouse.
Ooh.
5-star rating. Fantastic. These guys help me keep up to date with all kinds of gaming news and reviews. Take a step into the palace of megapixels and stay a while.
Aw.
Yeah. See, now that's a listener. You know that's a person listening.
Kick it up those. Yes.
Yeah. They know all about it. Now, here we get into people we've recently come into contact with. These are actually comments from this year that we've gotten.
Oh, so totally I was involved, so this will be fair to hurt me or
Or,
or make me, blow my ego up. I don't know. I'm pretending I'm the only one here. You too, Steven.
okay. Now, this one may come off there's favoritism involved because this commenter is someone we've had on our show.
Oh, yeah.
But this was before he was ever on the show. So this is unprompted.
Oh, okay.
This is from Eric Slater.
Oh,
Our good
lovely.
friend Eric Slater.
Lovely gentleman, yes.
We've talked about Podcasters Assemble so much
So
because he
much,
did
yeah.
amazing work on the seasons that we were a part of.
And he's been doing reviews of Loki.
That's right.
Yeah, if
He's
you
doing
want
that
to
on-
listen to someone chat about that, who's a fan.
Comic Zombie.
Oh, don't do that to me because I'm not gonna. I go to his Twitter and I just click links.
And retweet things.
I do. It's like just nice, neat, and right there for me. So go to his Twitter.
Yeah,
Eric
go to
Slater,
his Twitter,
and you can find it quickly.
Links are in his episode description, so find it and follow it and do all those things.
Go view his work pushing out his show.
His has one of those what do you call them, the headline, but I guess it's so long that I can't read it all. So it says, "Wow, this might," and then it stops.
Oh,
so I'm gonna say,
"Wow, this mic."
This might be my favorite new podcast.
I think
I'm
so.
taking a guess.
100%.
That sounds like a great.
This might be, but I mean, are you sure it was might instead of is?
Oh. Well, maybe he was just trying to, maybe
autocorrect.
Yeah,
maybe he just said might more than is. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what Eric says, I got to hand it to these folks. The Super Mega Crash Brothers Turbo podcast is an absolute delight. I discovered Stephen White. Hey, that's me.
That is you.
Through his entries on the Podcasters Assemble, and I automatically knew I had to seek him out. Thank you.
Aw, there you go. I agree. I'm telling you, it's the voice, man.
Well,
I don't know why you keep knocking your voice. We all gravitate.
But I don't hear it. You hear your voice.
You don't
and
hear
like,
it how we hear it.
Voice? Is that what I sound like?
Not even a little bit what you're doing right now.
But the rest of it, because it cut off right there at the end. Thank you so much for cranking out such quality content.
That's very sweet. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric.
Yeah.
So much. This one could also, in future, well, I don't want to spoil it. You know what? I'm just going to say this next one is from someone else that we've met adjacent to because of Podcasters Assemble.
Okay.
You talk about a sexy voice now.
Oh.
Zach Derby.
Oh, you're not wrong.
Okay.
You're right. First person I was wanting to seek out. Not that everyone wasn't lovely, but on the podcast or something, I'm like, who is that?
Yeah. This guy's got radio voice.
Right? It's
like legit radio voice.
Yeah, I can listen to it all day.
So he gave us a lovely comment that said, "Great podcast, games, reviews, and witty banter."
Aw, see?
Because we do some good stuff.
Yeah, we do. And we're giving you only the banter now.
Yeah, you're cutting out the middleman.
Special stuff.
He says, "The Palace is definitely a fun place to be. Lots of new gaming info. Plus, it's a fun listen. Check it out."
Aw, very sweet. Thank you.
Yes, Zach is amazing.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to talk to him sometime, on the show.
Know.
Maybe.
Who knows? We're poaching all the peoples. We're tired of talking to each other now, so we.
Yeah, well, you probably noticed we had a lot of guests over the last couple of weeks.
I'm really sick of each other's conversation.
But it was just we were trying to spread out.
No, it was fun though.
Yeah,
it was definitely fun, and we got to talk to super great people, so knowledgeable in the whole thing. It was people I could talk to all day. I want to pick their brains.
Yeah,
because I've done such hard work to fill it up with good information.
Absolutely. Gaming historians and history buffs and
oh my gosh,
gamers all around. That's they love games as much as we do.
Maybe more.
Maybe more.
For me anyway, personally, because things don't commit to memory as well. So it's I am, but I may not remember I was. But these guys are great, definitely.
And finally, the last comment that I have here, and this is the guy who did two. He did one here, and he did one on Podchaser.
Okay.
So if you want to do that, you can do that too, but you don't have to.
No,
don't have to.
Only if you feel moved.
If you feel the desire that you want to say, "Hey, we love you, and I want to let you know that."
Yes.
But otherwise, if you're listening, we know you love us.
Yeah,
that's the way I look at it.
That's fine.
This is from
transaction can be complete there.
This is from Neatcast J, who is one of the hosts of the Neatcast.
Yes.
Which is a very interesting podcast. They have a wild energy about them.
Oh, but yeah, see, then that you might borrow if you're a fan of listening to my dumbass,
Yeah.
That might be a good time for you too. You like overly zealous humans.
I think what I love most about what they do is they have these little tangents. They'll talk about something, and then they have a comment. And then that leads into a tangent where they're doing voice, so mocking
just
voices.
Riff and everything.
Yeah, and they'll overlay music in the background to kind of go with it. It's manic energy at its finest. So you definitely check them out.
Beautiful chaos.
Neatcast J says, "I love games. I love this. I'm going to assume that's what it says because it's another one of those headlines that just disappears.
Why do they do that?
It's my phone, I'm guessing, because I'm reading it from my phone. Anyway, it says, I love games since I was 6. Nintendo right on up there today. Banter between these hosts and the video game news, discussions, and interviews really resonate. Highly recommend. So, thank you.
That's sweet. Yes, thank you.
But we also, now this wasn't an official comment, but still just a lovely comment overall, is we had one of the guys from the Neatcast, I think it was Michael, who reached out to me, which is another host from the show, was asking if we had an ad, which if you've listened to the podcast or symbol, we did do that on there, which is the first thing.
First try at it.
And I thought we did pretty good.
I thought so too. Not to pat ourselves on the back or nothing, but it was fun to listen back like it was a legit thing or something.
But we talked about it for so long because people were just like, hey, do you have a pod ad or something like that? And we're like, yeah, and then with Podcast or Symbol, I was like, you know what? No, let's do it. Let's finally do
it. Yeah.
So we come up with something, and I, again, think it was fantastic.
And I think the process was fun.
Oh yeah,
because it was crazy.
We spent.
It was a few hours.
Yeah. Trying to make sure we got it right.
Down. Yeah. Doing it right. But it was fun. It was like we were collabing on some big thing. You know?
But Michael asked if we would have an ad. So I sent him that. And he said, we're going to do a little something to kind of promote pods on our show.
Nice.
And if we wanted to participate. So I sent him our ad. And just unprompted. Again, it was just, love this week's episode. You two have a great show. And it's just,
thank you.
You know,
I don't know
what
to say.
Yeah, I know. It's
very
just
sweet.
It's that awkward thing trying to talk about it because again, we don't feel like we get a lot of this very often. So when we do get it, it's just like
it's very sweet to hear. As much like I still have fun and I want to do this and I get to hang out with my bestie and all this kind of stuff, and it is fun to know people are enjoying it, even if there are a few. I don't care that somebody is enjoying it, and that's great.
Because we've been doing this. I mean, technically, the show has been going on for 5 years now. You know?
Yeah.
So I didn't know if this would ever last this long. I didn't know if I would want it to last this long. Not that I wasn't having fun or anything, but I wasn't sure because I may have said this on the podcast before. I may have said it elsewhere. I know I've told this story before, but this wasn't my idea,
right?
Initially,
yeah.
You know, but it wasn't until I really got into it that I started looking at the process of podcasting, what it could do, what I could do with it, and this just became like the tentpole thing for the podcast and what I wanted to do. So like this is the main thing for podcasting, and then of course all that did was led me down yet another hole about what I wanted to do, the animated series that we've been talking about and touting, which I know I'm so
I think
behind.
we have enough artists that listen that probably understand it is happening. It's just, when you don't have a team of people, it's got to go at your own pace when you can get it done, but still working on it.
Yeah.
It's not forgotten.
Now I will throw this out there, and then maybe everyone else in the zeitgeist can say something. I've thought about just going ahead and releasing what I have.
Maybe the first one at least.
I've thought about it.
Yeah, and just
maybe
because it's so good.
Because I wanted, I guess there's another thing that's been holding me back is I'm going to put all this work and effort into something and no one's going to watch it.
Oh, see, I disagree in this case. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, well, that's always going to be in our heads. Yeah. You're right.
But it
our
could,
stupid brains.
Just look at Man Cave, for example. I'm not saying that it didn't get attention, but when I look at season 1 versus season 2, in my opinion, of that show, not just because you're in it, but
I mean, probably helped.
Yeah. I feel like it's the superior season. Everything about it. If you watch season 1 and you go to season 2, everything elevated.
Well, you can tell you learned a lot.
Yeah, everything is so much better. Everything from lighting to shot composition to just the way everything works. The humor even, just I feel like it's so much sharper and better and tighter, and it works on so many more levels. And there's some good stuff in there that I mean, and again, season 1 is good. It's just I know what the superior season is, in my opinion.
And you're going to be harshest of your own stuff, and we know this too.
But at the end of the day, it only got that set amount of people, and then we even had it hyped. So the episode 1 got great response for my content on YouTube, and then drop off.
Yeah.
And
Well, I mean, there's going to be that initial, and then it'll just kind of just live there for when people come across it years ago. But I don't know. I don't think you're giving yourself enough credit on how well you've done these episodes. Personally.
Yeah. No, I know.
Personally.
I guess that's where a lot of this kind of comes into play. Is because I have spent a lot of time. The first episode was done.
Guys, I don't know how to animate. He's unfortunately had to do the whole thing.
But think
I've helped
about
with some script stuff and like captions. So that's like
the captions. Yes. Now that
was like what I could contribute. Unfortunately, having no artistic ability.
The captions was a big deal, although now it's been in vain, because Amazon took my episodes down.
Oh yeah.
And you know what reason I was given?
Oh, did they finally give you one?
Well, the reason I dug into is they have a right to put whatever they want on their streaming service. And that's fair.
That's true.
And if it's not performing the way they feel it should, they're going to take it down. And maybe they'll come around a little bit later and bring it back up. But for now, no. We don't want
money with them for sure, especially. Yeah.
So, but you know what? At least I have that.
Yeah.
My show was on Amazon Prime for a stretch of time.
A good amount of time, I feel. Yeah, was it a year?
No.
Close?
Wasn't a year. Yeah. But at least it was there.
Mm-hmm. And did get watched.
It did get watched. I got pennies and residuals. So, I mean, thank you.
Yes.
I guess for that.
I mean...
I saw spikes. I mean, I've got graphs that show who watched what. There could be moments where someone watched maybe one episode, someone watched 2, and then there would be 400 some odd minutes of watch time. And it was like, well, shit, they watched
Somebody
them all.
went through it, yeah.
And I mean, I can't ask for anything better than that because someone took the time and said, you know what? I want to watch this. This is actually entertaining. So someone enjoyed it. But still, in my head.
Whoever you are.
In my head, this one means a lot to me, I guess, because there's so many little things that I do want to talk about whenever I do release it, and we'll save that for another time. But the first episode was practically done back in 2018.
Right. And we have actually, I guess, some jokes we might have to like kind of update or something like that. But I don't know. I feel like that's a very common thread, and especially now that we've had the really nice opportunity to talk to some of these other people over the last several weeks and stuff. It seems like a very common thread with artists. We want to get in our head. We want to defeat ourselves and say it's garbage because it just came from us and everything like that. And it could be.
Yeah.
But I mean, to have the bravery to put it out there in the world is like a skill above a lot that I don't think people give themselves enough credit for just being willing to go here and putting it out in the world and seeing what happens. And I don't know, I may be biased, I may not be fair, but I think it's really good. When I was laughing out loud, having read the script and done lines, like I knew what was going on. But I'll be damned if you got me laughing, man, with the way you did the edits and the cuts and stuff. So it's fun. I can't wait for it to be done. But I understand why it's taken a while too, because you poor thing, you're on your own.
I'll tell you what. Here's the deal. All of you listening, if you want to see this animated series, or at least the first episode, just hit us up on Twitter. You can just say at Super Mega Crash, yes.
Yes. +1.
Don't say anything. Just say yes. Just tweet yes at us.
Yes.
And you know what? If I get enough responses of yes, I'll do it. I'll put it up. Because we have said numerous times, all 4 episodes that are completed are on Patreon. But again, I'm not going to force anyone to go and do Patreon to watch them. So that's up to you whether you will. But right now I'm giving the option. I'll put it on.
Or if you support it on Patreon, you might have more time to get it done. I don't know. Isn't that what we're supposed to tell people? Thank you for supporting our stuff so I could keep doing that. We're bad at hawking our stuff.
But we're
like, if you wanna.
It would require a living wage to do so. That's a big
true.
ask.
Like, 10 of them were like, well, shit.
Because the longest episode that came out of that, I did practically on self-quarantine. And I took every hour that I had. I mean, I would take breaks here and there
Sure.
because you get a little like,
You'll start missing stuff. Your eyes will play tricks on you.
But that one, to me, episode 4 is the most complicated. Not just because it's longer, but there was just so much more into it, especially considering that I don't want to say too much so people...
You don't want to spoil it. Yeah,
but in the first 3 episodes, a lot of these set pieces are based around other games. So the set pieces were kind of there. In episode 4, I had to create set pieces. I created set pieces for a joke.
Yeah?
For a joke that maybe not everyone will get. Okay?
But those who do, you'll appreciate
yes,
it.
I would hope so. Because when you hear the music playing and you see what's going on, you're like, oh my God, are we doing this? Yes, I do the whole joke.
Yeah.
And we play into it. And that was time consuming.
Oh, I could have, looking back on it, for sure it had to have. For sure.
But it works. I think it's a great joke.
I was laughing out loud.
So.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. So I tell you what, right now we're gonna leave you because we talked about the show. We talked about everything.
And we did promise it would be smaller.
Yeah, we would like to kind of keep them, little quarter chunks of what we normally do. We say we're not gonna spend 2 hours talking, and we always do.
We always do. I don't. Yeah.
So I tell you what, guys, you listen to this, enjoy what you hear. If you want to see the episode like we said, go do that. If you feel compelled to comment and do that, show us love. Whatever you want to do.
You don't want to do a damn thing that's your right.
As long as you are listening, I'm content.
Yeah.
Because I see those numbers. And when I see those numbers, it fills my heart with joy because it's amazing.
Yeah.
To think about. This many people are actually listening to us
right now. And enjoying it. And I would imagine repeat. We're not getting new ones every single week.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be interesting too. Which episode you only listen to? The only one? They had more?
So since we caught up on the comments, if you comment, maybe we'll read yours out on the show too. So we don't normally do it. But hey, from here on out, why not?
There you go.
So
nice ones only, though. If you want to be a dick, we'll just make fun of you behind your back on that one.
Yeah. No, we'll do it publicly.
Well, I'll let you do that.
Okay.
I like to ignore them and pretend they don't exist. So then they take their ball and go home when they don't get the rise they want. But
hey, at least we're not at 5 stars across the board on Apple. So, I mean, I feel like having
there was one disgruntled
4.9.
Hey, whatever.
That's legit. Why not?
Yeah.
It's okay. I've got a few thumbs down on videos before. It's no big deal.
It's going to happen.
I just wonder why. Especially when it's, you know what? We said we were going to sign off. And you know what,
guys? To be continued, maybe at some point in time.
Now, let me finish this thought and then we'll come back. Now, what's interesting about it is the thumbs down on my videos are some of the stuff that it doesn't make any sense. Like, I'm trying to wrap my head around what exactly compelled you to hit a thumbs down on this particular video. The YouTube version of a podcast, we were talking about emotional stories with video games, which is already kind of a bizarre thing to even consider, that you would have emotional attachments or moments in video games.
Sure.
But that was I had a story that was very personal, and by God, if that's not one that had a thumbs down, I'm like, are you? Wow.
For all we know, they just had a really bad day, and you reminded them of an ex-love that broke their heart 2 years ago. I mean, you'll read restaurant reviews, like, I hated this place. My girlfriend broke up with me here 2 years ago. Thumbs down. It's like,
what?
That had nothing to do with the restaurant itself. So for all we know, they were just like, you know what?
Screw you.
Screw you. It was a memory I didn't want to have.
All right. Yeah, all right. We're going to sign off now. But anyway, thank you guys so much for listening. We appreciate you so much.
Very much, yes.
Come back next week. Who knows what's going to be happening?
We probably don't even know.
Next couple of weeks is going to be a grab bag. You might hear us. You might hear something new. So just come back. Enjoy it. And we'll be back in August.
Yes, with the regular stuff.
With our regular
whatever
show.
That will be in the next season.
Yeah. So just stay tuned, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks.
This has been a Pencil and Paper Podcast Network production.